Hi guys, I'm Shmi. This is BMW's new flagship i8. We're going to jump in and go for a drive. So here we are inside the BMW i8. We have 357 brake horsepower. We've got the combustion engine and the electric motors. So the combustion engine is 228 of that, and the electric motors 129. 0 to 62, 4.4 seconds. So we've got quite a lot of power underfoot. But start it up, start-stop button, springs into life very electrically. And pop it into drive. So we'll pull away in the hybrid mode. So basically we're going to be running on electric motors right now, which is that eerie sort of silence with a sort of UFO-like buzz to it. And this is what I sort of love about cars like this. It's so cool. But then if you put your foot down, like I will in a second, I'm just following a cyclist at the moment, you will hear the combustion engine springing into life. It's turned on and away we go. Back to sort of normal, which is pretty cool. You've got the option to go into a complete e-drive mode, so that will kill the engine at some point. There we go, back on electric. Well, we've got, in theory, a total 23-mile range on electric only, but it charges up the electric battery from regenerative braking, from the petrol engine, and all works quite well. Turn that off. We've got Comfort and Eco Pro modes, different levels of when it will kick in the power, but you've actually got a surprising amount of kick to it too, which is cool. Pop it over to Sport mode. Dials go red on me, which is quite nice. Nice. And you have a rev counter onto the manual gears, and I actually really like that noise. It's very, very BMW. In fact, everything about this car is very BMW. It's quite a cool upshift, little sort of pop you've got going on there. And I mean, it sort of does everything you'd expect it to do, really. Surprisingly quick. And I quite like the sound. I mean, it's completely not what you expect for a car like this. You know, you're thinking sort of supercar, but it's not. It doesn't disappoint at all. It's a very clever integration with all the sort of the electric hybrid side back in normal again. The other cars out there, the P1, the 918, the LaFerrari, they've done it for £1 million. This is a £100,000 car that has some pretty good performance figures and has all of this sort of economical side. Like the official combined cycle is 134.5 miles per gallon, which is absolutely ridiculous. For a car with this sort of performance figures, you'd normally be sort of talking 25 or 30 miles per gallon. So, you know, you can see the sort of the green benefits of it all there. It's very nicely done, typical BMW style. You've got the full surround cameras, you've got the head-up display, all the sort of tech and stuff you want. And then with the i-Series, you have the app on your phone, so you can do all of that, and that's all pretty cool. I've done other videos with those before now. But, I mean, it drives very well. The steering, we're not on a particularly windy road right now, but it's brilliant. It's typically BMW brilliant. The sort of the feel to the power delivery is very nice. The car is basically a super livable daily car. If there was a negative, so to speak, it is that the ride is very firm. Bump just there typically, but I wouldn't say unreasonably so. You know, you'd live with that, and it comes with being a sports car anyway. And obviously you're not really going to fit anybody in the back. It's a 2+2, and it's more about putting the luggage back there. But no, it's a very impressive drive. My first impression of being able to drive outside of London, because before now I've only done a test drive sort of 30 miles per hour, has been very, very positive. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Seeing as we are in Germany, it would only be right to take a car like this onto the Autobahn. So let's see how it performs when you get a little bit of space and you can put the power down. there's a little bit too much traffic on the Autobahn to hit the 250 km/h, 155 mph red line, but it does drive very nicely at speed. I mean, it is a BMW. It is a very nice place to be. There is no question about that. I'm quite enjoying driving it on the paddles too. I haven't really had it in automatic that much, just because those blipped downshifts high in the rev range are really quite cool. But yeah, I'm really impressed. I like this car a lot. I liked it driving it around London, and now that I've had an opportunity to drive it a little bit further and get a little bit more out of it, very, very impressed. It's a pretty cool car. Back now at BMW, and I have to say the i8 has really impressed me. It is a brilliant drive. It looks absolutely amazing. I mean, when you first hear that it's only got a 3-cylinder engine, 1.5 litres, you can't really work out how that's going to correlate to something that can be so good to drive, like especially here in Germany at speed on the Autobahn, round corners. The steering is brilliant in this thing, and I personally love the looks. I love how it went from sort of concept style looks to a production car on the road, which is something you always hope is going to happen, but more often than not these days it just doesn't, because there are so many regulations and rules and things that these cars have to follow. And I think one of the things that has me most impressed too is how the hybrid technology, you know, it's akin to the stuff you have in the P1, the 918 and the LaFerrari, but here it's not in a £1 million car, it's in a £100,000 car, which sort of brings it into a much more real world that you can actually have and own and use. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that sort of first impression drive of the car. That's what it's like. But also check out the other videos talking more about the sort of specifications and performance side of things, as well as a full look over the interior and how it all works, all the settings and options and things you've got going on in there. But also please do be subscribed to Shmee150. Check everything out in the future. Plenty more supercar content to come. And that's it for right now. I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers. So that on its own is enough for 0 to 62 miles an hour, 100 kilometers an hour in 4.4 seconds. Let's turn it on. One press of the start stop. Comes into life. For this tour, the R8 V10 Plus. Power is boosted 25 horsepower up to 500.